Awesome. Okay, so today is More Money Monday. It is Monday, July 7th. All right, so today, if you haven't already put your contact information in the chat, and also if you have any listings that you have that are active that somebody could hold open, we would love to have those put out on the chat here so that our agents can help you sell your houses, both as promoting it. It's a twofold ask. Hey, Brad, welcome.
Hey,
So I have a twofold ask for you. Well, now it's three because now Brad's here, but you kind of saw the agenda on my email, hopefully. Um, Fathom only lets us hold open houses with other Fathom agents. So that means all of our Fathom listings can only be shown or could be held open by other Fathom agents. So we need to kind of connect those two pieces of agents who would like to market listings and agents who have listings to be marketed, right? Both social media marketing, give me 1 second. Here you go. Okay. I let the dog out. That's who let the dog out just now. Okay, so there are agents on both sides of the fence. We have listings that may or not be moving as fast as we'd like. So if you're willing to share those to be marketed by agents in other areas that can expand your client base, that's or buyer base, that's super helpful. And then the buyers agents or agents that would like to hold open your properties and get the leads from that, we want to encourage you to do that as well. Okay. We have a lot of newer agents, like I said, that are coming from all over the state now. And so this is really going to be a statewide ask. That's why I wanted to record it. I have a contractor at my house today, so it's a party. So I want to make sure that you all have these resources and that we know how to get open houses promoted and how other agents can find out what open houses or what listings could possibly be held open. All right, everything that can go wrong. It's one of those days. All right, give me a sec. Okay, so if you can help me by letting me know what listings you have that are available to be marketed, even if it can be vacant land, it can be special properties. I've got a horse property in Grass Valley that just doesn't want to sell. So if you guys want to promote that for me, I've got about 3 weeks left on this listing before the seller pulls it for the fall. Just the way the market is, right? So if you've got listings that you have available that you would be willing to share, we'd love to see those MLSs. Just email it me and I will put it in a Google Drive where we can all see it. Buyers, agents, or people that are looking to hold open, that will be the place where you can also look at what's available that you might want to hold open. Side note to that is make sure that if you are holding somebody else's listing open, that you've got the proper marketing set up, and that's where Encompass Lending comes in with Mr. Brad. For two parts of that, the original listing, right, where he's got a lot of resources for you. But then if you're going to hold somebody else's listing open, all he needs is your headshot and the MLS number, and he can crank out an entire listing package for you. Hi, Brittany. For any property that you want to hold open. Okay, good job, April. Thank you guys for doing that. If you haven't already, Satish, if you want to put your contact information in the chat, that would be super helpful, and also where you are. I can tell you Lilia's in Folsom, Sarah Lynn's in Paradise Chico, April's in Highway 50. April, what's the city? Where are you at?
Grizzly Flats, but I'm closest to Diamond Springs, El Dorado, and Placerville. Say Cameron Park and El Dorado Hills.
Super good. Atisha's in Sacramento. Brittany is up in Redding. So we are all over Northern California, like I said. So this is a great way for us to network and also a way for you guys to promote your listings and partner up with other Fathom agents to get your listings sold. Okay, that is the goal. We're coming into kind of a changing market. I think we're going to see, as you've probably seen, inventory has been up about 50% this year, and buyers have been a little hesitant. So the more we can get your properties in front of other buyers that may not have had eyeballs on that, that would be helpful. Referrals within the company, it's only $95 to do a referral, so it's very cheap as well. Brad, I don't know if you saw my email this morning about what we were talking about. Did you see that?
yeah, I did.
Okay, groovy. Can you share a little bit about the client benefits, like post-closing when they work with you and they close something? And also the agent side, I guess, the listing side. What can we offer? The list reports, what do they need to do that?
Yeah, so list reports is easy. Just let me know you're interested, and I can send an invite on that. With list reports, it holds a lot of amazing information for your listings. Also, in preparation for your listings, even though Fathom has, the ability to get marketing postcards and so forth, but this creates, open house postings so you can, start farming the area with them. Up and coming. You can also modify the flyers to be exact to the date and the time. And then it also gives you a lot of good neighborhood information tied specifically to the property. And also there's definitely some good pieces there to where you can create, a whole packet. So you have a handout, something tangible for somebody to keep with them. Then I usually will accompany that with a financing flyer that will also be co-branded. And that's where the headshot and license information comes into play. So we make sure all that's accurate and up to speed for compliance. And it's just a great way for you to, have a really fun, effective open house. In addition to that, then, we also provide with that same headshot and branded information. We can provide, as we're working with buyers, we can provide them with, cost sheets, sample scenarios for the price point that they're looking for. Which then also, allows them not only to see your face, but also see the details, right? So as you're holding an open house, it'll have different financing options. But then once you start working with them and they start looking at property specific, now it'll be tied to that property with the HOA, taxes example, monthly down payment, monthly payment, the whole 9 yards. So it's a great way to stay in touch with your clients. And then, of course, once we close them, then they get a 3-year co-branded loyalty program where they get something from you and us, and that carries over to stay in touch with them on an ongoing basis. And if you ever need help with, marketing and so forth, we have, ways to do that in list reports. There's a great, if you're not doing it already, there's a great, home value ad that you can send out to your clients, input their data. You can also, put in their home address, and then it will send out intervals of, equity, value, neighborhood, everything all tied, to you. And a lot of people are concerned about having access to the database. It's all yours, but all that comes free to you because you're partnering with me. And if you've already partnered up with somebody on list reports, didn't really like the benefits of it or what it had before, a lot of that's changed because I don't know if anybody's aware, but they were merged with MBS Highway, which is a value tool, as well as update interest rate tool that we use on the lending side. And that's why things have continued to progress and be built out in a much better format for you. And I see we have a question. Yes, April.
Hi, Brad. I wanted to ask you, do you have a link that you can send us?
Yeah, I prefer, there is a general one, but typically if you just want in, I can just go in there and send you one that'll be a direct invite, because what'll happen if I send a generic link, then it takes you in and then you're asking for it anyway. So I just say, just email me.
We're putting that in the chat right now.
Yes, what my question is, because I don't know how many are new here or have used you before. I haven't actually seen your material.
I have it for you. I was going to share it. I just didn't want to interrupt Brad, so I'll show you in just a second.
So I thought it'd be good for us to see a sampling.
Yes, I have that for you. I just put in the chat for you also, April. Thank you so much for asking that question. I put in the chat Brad's email. If you want to jump in and do that while we're on Zoom, just send him an email and just put list reports in the subject and shoot it off. That's great. But I'm going to share my screen with you so you can see what one looks like, because he did one for me that I did with a mentee out in Livermore a couple of months ago here. And I want to show you kind of what that looks like. All right. Can y'all see this?
Yeah.
Okay. So this is the whole folder. So there's an area report.
Yeah, it's called a marketing kit. It just includes everything.
Yes. So it looks like this. If I back out one, I've got it in my new agent resources, but this is what it is. It's Flurry Drive List Reports Basic, and this is the whole marketing. It comes in a zip drive. And you can see there's some PNGs here for social. There's some Adobe Acrobat ones. If you go down, it's coming soon. There's green flyers, there's escrow flyers and postcards. Depending on how much time you have to list your or market your listing, or if you're going to do an open house, how much lead time you have, the better.
Pull up the infographics one. That one's usually a fun one.
Okay, there's up here. There's another one I was going to pull. It was the property report or the schools report.
Yeah, same thing. Yeah.
Yeah. So I put this in a binder. I had a listing binder with the sheet protectors, and I just put these general graphics in here. And then you can also do your MLS reports of comparables and such. But this kind of walks you through some of the cool graphics that are around the neighborhood, like.
Can you open it?
Thing. I think so. Let me try. This one? Is that what you needed, Brad?
It's open up on a different screen, I think, because we're still stuck on your
because I'm sharing. Okay.
file folder.
Okay, I'm split screen sharing, which I was trying to be helpful. Hang on. Let me try this again. Okay, so this is the infographic. Can you all see this?
There it goes.
Okay, so this is the little report, right? It gives you different graphics information about the property's location to services, kind of what the community is like, popular things.
And a great way to advertise this and put this out because of the great colors is do flyer stands and put one in each of the rooms throughout the house, and you can separate this out and put different ones throughout the house. And it's a great way to get people, because a lot of times people don't want to ask questions. But as they're walking around and seeing stuff like this, it opens up the conversation piece when they come back into the main room, and you ask them how, what their thoughts were and so forth, as everybody should be doing. It's really a great tool.
Yeah, and on top of that, I'm sorry.
Did you do it for your horse property one? Since you're having issues? Did you do that for your horse property one?
I didn't do that. We get very few showings up there. It's very rural. Yeah. So I did video on the MLS. There's several videos about the property, video walkthroughs and pictures of everything and all of that, because a lot of people won't bother walking the property until they kind of see it all. Yeah. But I can, and I was going to add on to that. When we met a couple weeks ago here as our in-person meetup, one of the things we talked about was marketing our open houses. And if you have a link, like a QR code that you do to your website page for your home value report, put that as an addition on these PDFs. Drag that QR code on there and just put home value report, click here. What that does because Brad's right, they're not going to want to engage with you while they're walking through the house, but they'll do it when they're not in your view. So if you put these little things around the house, like, hey, here's the neighborhood report. There's one here about the schools report. If you put that in a room, or, here's the upgrades report or something like that, wherever you're featuring things in different rooms, put your little home value QR code on there. It will capture all their information, and they don't feel like they have to engage with you face to face. Even though they want that information, they don't want to ask. Does that make sense? So they'll get it anyway. Outdoors report is on here. There's promotional flyers, etc. Let's take a look at this PNG here, and I will reshare my screen for you. Oh, it's just the one page. You've seen it. So the property report looks like this, and let me see if I can share it with you. Window. Okay. Can you see this one? So
Yep.
This is what was in the binder that I did. Has the lovely pictures, some more different kind of graphics. Some of the stuff you just saw is in there.
So this one's great just to, staple together, and then you can hand it out, and it's a great tool to have them leave with something.
Little handouts or whatever. Or you can say, hey, I can send you your e-copy of this. I can email you this report. So there are various ways that you can use this marketing, but there's a ton of marketing. That's really what I wanted to get at, was there's a lot to use. Anyhow, so that's kind of the as far as marketing your listing, or if you're marketing it as an open house, how you can grab these leads. Did you have another question, April? Because your hand is still up. I don't know if I need to do something about that.
Yep. Question.
Okay.
Is it within policy, within our QR code to send them automatically an invite to work with us as a buyer and send them the buyer contract
Yeah.
email? Like they can implement it by hitting your QR code, and then it's just being sent to them and you get notified. Could we do that?
I have heard about that, but I've never implemented that, only because I kind of feel like it's almost too pushy, but you could. I know agents are doing it from their phone, where they're sending the BRBC as a message.
Okay.
Anybody else been implementing that? About promoting land, honestly, right, Brittany?
Well,
Land's really hard to sell. I think Sarah Lynn's got a bunch of land listings.
I was curious if there's a policy saying we can do it or not do it. If there's no policy saying we cannot do it, then we could implement that.
You sure can. There's nowhere that it says you can't offer that to anyone at any time. Yes. And you could set that expectation like, hey, if you want me to show you any of these, here's what I've done before. I love vacant houses. I love them because you can hold those open on a Thursday. You can hold them open on a Monday. It doesn't matter. Usually it's very, very flexible. And you can also put all of the open houses. Sorry, let me put it this way. You can put all of the available vacant listings in the neighborhood that you're willing to show up on the wall as like a little gallery. And I know there are some agencies where they put available listings in their window, right? Same concept. It's so that the buyer comes in and it's like, oh, this is like easy fruit right here. I can just pick, right? They're like, oh, I also was looking at that house. I just haven't had a chance to call on it or whatever. Great. I can show it to you. Sign here. Right? Like easy button. So I would have some BRBCs or even the limited property showing ready to go at your open houses. If you're going to put up other properties that are in the neighborhood that are vacant or easy to show on short notice and you're during your open house, so that you can line up maybe 2 or 3 houses to show those people while they're walking through, if they're motivated, right? But you can just let them know, hey, these other properties are available to see today. Does that make sense? All right, so Brittany was asking about promoting vacant land. I'm going to throw that to Sarah Lynn, who's not on camera right now. Sarah Lynn has a lot of vacant land because of the area that she's in. Brittany, did you have a specific question on listing land or lots? You want to throw that out there?
Just curious if there was anything to help us like promote it, because there's all this promoting that he's creating for this stuff. I'm curious if there's anything else. Anything I can get would be helpful. I am very new to all of this, so any knowledge is welcome.
Yeah. Sarah Lynn, do you want to tackle that? I saw you took your speaker off mute.
I don't know why I'm on my phone this time.
Okay.
So I don't know why it's doing that. Hold on.
No worries.
There.
Yep.
There. Well, what do I have, Krista? 20 listings of vacant land from Oroville up, but I've been hitting the neighbors because lands are being difficult right now with building. It's hard. We don't know what Trump's going to do. So it's kind of domino effect. So I've been trying to hit the neighbors and send them a letter saying, would you like to attach this property right next to you for this much money, blah, 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 kind of deal. And that's where I've been doing it because I'm dead in the water with the lots. It's a hard sell right now because the tariffs and the wood and building and everything, it's a hard sell. So I feel for you if you're a new agent trying to do this, but my suggestion is try to hit the neighbors on all sides. So
yeah, anybody in the neighborhood. Yeah.
Quick question on that. There is a trust that owns next door. How do I find out who actually owns the trust?
Let's go to your title.
Yeah, or
Okay.
you can go into realist reports, it should tell you, but yeah, title company,
Yeah, realist.
yeah. So in
Realist.
the,
I have 10 properties that are under one trust. They've never seen them. Don't put your word out. Don't say anything about the properties at all. You know nothing about them. Probably the trustee knows nothing too. So don't liability wise put yourself out there. Send them to the county or to town to get the information from the files. So,
yeah,
Thank you so much, Carolyn.
yep. Just call me. I'll help you.
Thank you.
that's awesome.
Yep.
And you guys aren't that far apart either, honestly.
Nope. Krista, you have to send me the info on that horse property.
Okay, I would love it. It's 26 and a half acres splittable. Up
Wow.
in Grass Valley horse property with a 3-bedroom, 3-bath, barn, pastures,
Arena.
house. Yeah,
Arena.
yes,
Huh.
there's some flat land along the front, and then there is some sloped where you could do ag as well. They're already irrigated, and it's got NID water.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, love it. If you could help me sell that one. Shan, okay, everybody, Sarah Lynn, you are the bomb. Do you want to put your contact information in the chat so we can grab it? I don't know if you've already done that or not, but I know everyone wants to talk to you, so we'd love it.
Krista, what's the price of your listing? I haven't heard it yet.
We just dropped it. I think it's 735, and there's a $10,000, I believe, seller incentive on it.
That's a really good deal.
It is a really good deal. That's really
That's crazy.
it's a huge lot up in Grass Valley. It's the biggest lot up there. Yeah.
What is it close to the highway?
Yeah, it's not far. It's probably 15 minutes off the highway.
Okay.
20 minutes. I'll get you the address.
I have a lot of trainers that are in that area, so that's why I'm asking.
Oh yeah, and then yeah,
Looking.
I think there's 4 arenas, a barn, a tack, and then there's a flat area that hasn't really been developed that could be a pasture arena.
Huh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Go and sell.
There, I'm sure the price isn't scary at all. It's the insurance. It's not anything but the insurance in our areas, especially Grass Valley. They're the next hit. So
He owns it outright, so he's like, I don't care. He doesn't.
They're saying in LA the price for a year of insurance is $12,500.
That sounds about right.
So it's all over. Yeah.
Well, they're redlining, and I don't know how they can do that. It would be illegal for us to redline, but the insurance companies can do it. Isn't that something? So,
Well, it's approved by the governor.
of course it is.
All right, let's see here. I'm pulling it up for you. Buyer credit is 15K. It's listed for 739, and it's 17394 Indian Springs Ranch Road, Grass Valley. I'll get you the MLS here in a second.
Oh, I know that one.
I am looking. Where's the MLS? Anyway, I'll put it in here.
Just email me. Just email it to me.
Okay. Well, you all can look it up. I'd love it if you guys could help me sell it. Somebody go hold
Well,
it.
well, I've got horse shows coming too, so that's why if anybody has horse properties, just send me a flyer. I will put them out.
Oh, sweet. All right. I don't think I spelled that right. There we go. Okay. I can't find the MLS right this second.
It's fine. Just wait.
I'll send it to you. So, does anybody else have any listings they want to plug? Because that was the other thing that was the ask for today. If you've got a listing you want to plug, please do it.
Is the 15,000?
Yep.
Okay, you put $15.
I thought I put 15K on there.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
15,000.
Okay.
Yep. So, who else has a listing they want to plug? Anyone? So quiet today. All right.
Not any listing, but Sherilyn, your properties, you said you have a lot of land. Which particular area is that?
For what? Wait, I've got Paradise and Oroville right now.
Oroville. Okay. Is it residential?
Yes.
If you don't mind
I
sending me
have,
some
yeah,
information on that.
I have lots that are priced at 5,000.
What about all the utilities is around, or it's very far,
No,
or nothing there?
there's nothing on it at 5,000. No,
Well,
There-
I get it. I get it. Yeah.
What size
yeah,
are the lots there, Lynn?
that one's 0.17, but I have lots up to 2 acres, and they are only priced, I think, I have a 0.75 for 8,000. I have the neighborhood is very mishmash. It's
Hmm.
close to some trails, close to the river, Feather River. It's in the foothills. It's, you know, some mobiles, some homes. So it's South Feather water. But electricity, the neighborhood does have it. What it costs, the buyer needs to look it up. At that price, I've been sending the buyers to county so they can get their numbers straight from them. Um, like I said, the iffy part is building right now, unless they want to bring in a trailer sometimes, or manufactured. The manufactured company will wrap the loan for the lot itself and the manufacturer together and all the other stuff, but which is, you can get the same kind of loan from Brad if you want to build, which is a much better deal. But it's in the foothills, so the one part is the insurance. And right now in the summer, everybody's on halt in buying that stuff. So that's why I'm trying to sell it to the neighbors, especially at that price.
All right. Appreciate.
Sure.
But if you can send it to me, I'll really appreciate, because I have a client who is looking, so maybe I'll present to him to see if
Are
he's
you, are you on CRMLS?
yes.
You are?
I will look at it up here.
I have no problem sending it to you, but you can pull up all my listings
I will.
on
I will.
CRMLS under my name. So
Okay.
then you have them all.
Okay.
Yeah. I
No
still
problem.
have 3 more that need to go in. So there should
Okay.
be 7 that'll be in Oroville.
No worries.
Okay.
So that sounds like to me, Sarah Lynn, we've got a list of properties up there that we could all market. That's what I heard.
Yeah.
Vacant lots
Yeah.
ready to go. I feel like why wouldn't we put out a post about that? Honestly.
Yeah.
So as long as you guys ask the listing agent for permission, you're welcome to go out and promote those as the buyer agent, right? Or so just make sure.
Right. And then the other thing is, if we communicate with each other, then we can make it happen, you know.
Right. Right. So that's why I'm asking. Okay. So anybody else want to plug a listing that you've got? Any listings you want to throw out there?
I don't have one. I just wrote an offer for vacant land right in Sacramento. I'm waiting for.
I do have a couple listings that are with a builder that are set up with Brad for special financing.
Sweet.
They are not billed, but you call me, the lots, it's under homes, also under residential, as a build, because the home itself, sorry, home itself is already approved for that lot. And Brad has incentives to go with him also. And he sends you a writer, just FYI for everybody who does use Brad, he can send you a writer with a QR code and kind of deal, and they can look up the information from the sign itself. So I have those. I should take a picture of that, along with, I had special signs made for the builder, along with Fathom, that we have our writers on the side of it, and with Brad's information. So the builder is giving incentives for building either that home, and they can choose whatever they want. They just showing them that that home is approved for that lot, and that they have up to 3 years of homeowners insurance being paid by the builder themselves. And that Brad at closing is giving some incentives also. And I, as a realtor, same thing. So,
Nice.
Yep.
That's very
So
cool.
the few-
Okay, you guys getting some ideas? All right, awesome. Thank you, Sarah Lynn. Does anyone else have any listings they want to plug? If not, let's go to wants and needs. I'd love to hear what you guys have as far as buyers, what they're looking for. Does anybody have buyers that are out shopping and they're like, I can't find it. What do I want? What do my buyers want? Anybody else got something?
I have an investor that's looking for between 250,000 to 5 million, a flip that would give them some profit, give their group some profit. So if you know anyone that's in a hardship and they need to sell quickly, I can see you a referral fee.
Cool. All right. What area, Sarah, April?
They prefer the Bay Area up to Sacramento, but their first choice is Bay Area, like San Francisco, Oakland, Berkeley, Bay Area. And it could be, you know, it doesn't have to be right in those main cities.
Okay. All right. Does anybody else have buyers that are out looking? I think Rajan has some.
Yeah, yeah, I have a buyer who's looking like fourplex in Richmond or Berkeley. Price point 1.5 million up to. If anyone has like a off-market listing or listing coming up.
Okay. I know, do they need to be in the Bay Area? I think we had this conversation with Dan already. About Southern California versus Northern California.
Last time we had it.
Yeah. Yeah. So like I said, we have agents all over the state. If you haven't put your contact information and where you are in the chat, please do that. So we can get that out. I think what we're going to do is start up a Google Drive with our agent contact information. Fathom does not allow us as company policy to give you an entire roster of every state agent in California. So we kind of have to do it the old fashioned way by actually talking to each other and getting on these chats. That way we can put your contact information that puts you on a list where people can then refer to you. And then whatever listings you have or buyer needs, I feel like this is going to be the easy button of wants and needs and who to connect to. Cool. All right. Anybody else have buyers out looking?
Can we get away with it if we put together a birthday list?
A what list?
Can we get away with it if we put together our own group birthday list?
No. Clyde's laughing. No, but I tell you what, if you come to our meetups in person, you can network the heck out of those. But no, I mean,
What's the reason?
I don't know, because we're all realtors and we all market our names, our emails, and our phone numbers everywhere. So the one way you could do it is you could go into your MLS and you can search by company. And I know we've had this conversation before, right? If you're looking at every listing in your county or whatever your MLS has by company, then you can pull up all the agents that are listed by Fathom within that MLS. They'll all come up and you can download that. That's the not so hard part. But if you're not on CRMLS and you're only with MetroList, you're not going to see the agents that are listed in CRMLS. Does that make sense? You can only get what you can get. So that's a pain, I know. Anyhow, so this is my workaround. If we have a Google Drive where we can put you guys in it and you guys can network on that, at least it's a start. And we had chatted about Rocket Chat before, but no one uses it. So I feel like a Google Drive is an easy button. But anyhow, for sure, connect with Brad, get the list reports going. I think we did have a conversation a little bit today on Mondays. I have a stand-up meeting with Encompass and our Fathom Business Systems people about having conversations. If you're not doing your 5 a day conversations, 5x5 for the week, the suggestion was get on to your MLS or Google statistics for your market and then call people up and just say, hey, did you know? Here's what the market is doing. Do you have anybody who's looking right now that would be helpful for me to talk to? So keep it simple. You can do your check-ins. As April was saying, hey, I'm updating my contact list. Is this where you live? Okay, and when's your birthday? When's your anniversary? When's your birthday? Throw it in there. Get it in your CRM, and so you can start putting those together. A couple weeks ago, we had a Fathom Business Network or Fathom Business Systems workshop that I did. Part 2 is coming up in a couple of weeks. I'm just waiting for the specific date. I'll get that out to you. And that does cover that 5x5 plus some follow-up other silos for you. And part of that is working with Brad, making sure you've got those free resources in place. So get in front of that before everyone else is trying to get in a queue with Brad. So get on top of that.
Yeah, and the FBS classes for this week are going to be really good as well.
Yeah. So that is, if that's all right with y'all, what I'm going to do, let me grab the chat here. Well, we recorded it, so I know everyone who came on the participant list here. I'm going to put you all on the Google Drive, and then you guys can connect. I don't know who Jay Bristol is. Sorry. If you haven't put your contact information in the chat, let me check. Lilia. Okay, Carla, if you could. I think Clyde jumped in there. The end here. Yeah, okay. Hi, Haley.
And Krista, you got this morning's FBS email, right? So share.
I don't think I did. I'm having problems with my email.
Okay, I will forward it to you.
Yep. So Moraga, Brittany, I've got April, Satish, Moraga, Brittany, Carla, Clyde, Daniel, Gina, Haley, Jay Bristol, Lilia Kush, Rajan Kandel, Saralyn, Bellotti, Austin. FBS, thank you for asking. All right, so this tells me that not everything is getting out. FBS is Fathom Business Systems, and what that is a coaching, business coaching session that is held on Thursdays at 10 a.m. And it's the first, I think it's the first 3 weeks of the month generally where they do that. It's free for all the agents in the company. It's going to go company-wide. I think right now it's regional. Is that right, Brad?
Correct. Yeah, but they are starting, and that's what's starting this week. They are starting to open it up, as they call them, the traveling road shows. So, I sent you the email so you can send it to everybody. But if you don't get the email from Krista and you're interested, hit me up or hit Krista up, and we'll make sure and get it to you. Because essentially what we're doing is we're partnering with them. We're bringing this stuff to you, bring something of value, and just put it in the chat, a kind of a picture of what's coming up here.
Oh, thank you.
That's Wednesday this week, and then we've got another one for Thursday, which I'll pull up and put in there as well. And these are all just Zooms, but as time progresses, we're working on putting together, traveling road shows that then we can do in-person ones as well, and that's kind of where everything is slowly expanding.
Yeah,
so,
very cool.
to your point,
in the
Krista,
chat.
and that's where Krista's now, one of the coaches as well, and that's why she did her part 1, and that's going to carry over into part 2, and it's just a great way to bring you guys value, but also, then there's going to be a whole crew of coaches, and then that way, if any of you decide that you want to further your career and invest in yourself, then you can sign up with these coaches and do one-on-one activities, and it's just another value add to you, that being that everything is so virtual with Fathom, we want to bring that one-on-one or the hands-on face-to-face element as well.
Yeah, the next face-to-face meeting we're going to do is going to be South Bay, Stockton-ish, somewhere out that direction. We're going to head down to David and Phil's area. And I think that's going to be at a winery in Lodi. And I don't have a date for you yet, but I'm understanding it's going to be this month. And so I'm
Yeah.
waiting for details on that.
Should be later.
Uh-huh. And then I think what we'll do for August, we might try to line up the pickleball with Sarah Lynn. And that'll be somewhere around here.
Yep. And you know, the noon on Wednesday that you see here, that's actually tying in exactly what we're going over with list reports and stuff. I'll be over at the Arizona office where that one's being held, talking about that and going over some tips and tricks and everything that's tied to everything we're talking about today, but a little bit more in detail.
Okay, so I see this Thursday, right? That's Linda Whited.
That one is Wednesday. Linda's Thursday. So there's actually 3 going on this week.
Oh my goodness. Okay, and then I see, Wednesday, July 9th. I got you.
Yep.
Okay. 3 power sessions back to back. Ooh,
Yeah.
great. Oh, how to market and promote a listing. That sounds very familiar.
Yep.
I think we just talked about that.
Yeah. Well, that's why I was a little not surprised, but shocked that, you know, we were here, we're talking about it, and I'm like, you got the flyer, right?
Nope. I didn't, but
That's
this is on my
that's
notes
irony.
based on you know, the last week of conversations that I've had with people, which is I got listings that are sitting
Yeah.
and I got a lot of newer agents who are like, I don't know where to find an open house. So I'm trying to solve both of those issues by putting
Yeah.
this Google Drive together. And then, you know, obviously what are the resources and really you're the resource.
Yeah, and especially with you know, Fathom, this is the beauty of now that we have these new rules in place, and some people are still going to break those rules, but you know, this is all really just, you know, protecting everybody involved. And when you're talking about holding another brokerage's open house, there comes in some compliance challenges in there. And this is one of the benefits of being with a large, you know, nationally held company like Fathom.
Yeah, and statewide, we have about 800 agents. So I'm throwing that number out there because I want you to know there are people out there. It's the challenge of getting you all connected. And because we're in our own silo, right? We have our district, and my district is like Sacramento and Bay Area North. So for me, that's who I know, right? And when I started in this company, my district went all the way down to Fresno. So I have agents that are in Fresno. I have agents in Copperopolis. I've got agents in Tahoe. They're like all over the place. And so in order for us to kind of network, we're you know, trying to facilitate that.
Yeah. And the beauty of it too is Fathom, you know, does have a search engine and you can actually find an agent. So if you are in an area that, you know, you want to find some local peeps, you can go in there, spend a little time, reach out to them directly. Just because they're not under the same district doesn't mean you can't have dialogue with them.
For sure. And that's what I'm saying. So like Dan, for instance, he's in Southern California. He's not in our district technically, but he works with me. And so he's able to see what I send out. But that's not the case for all the agents in California. We have the
Right.
Fathom California Mastermind Facebook page, but honestly, it doesn't get much traction, right? So it's really just training agents on, okay, how are we going to connect?
Yeah.
We're working out.
And it's, you know, to that point too, I mean, we also have Pam as the new states broker, and she's really doing a good job of trying to connect people better as well. And so, you know, as that continues growing, then we'll have, you know, distant agents like Dan under Krista become better connected also.
Yeah, and she came on last Monday. She was our guest for More Money Monday
Yep.
last week. So if you missed that, you know, connect with me and we can get you connected to her. She's in Southern California, Palm Springs area, I believe. I think that's right. Anyhow, doesn't much matter. As I said, we're virtual and we can work anywhere. So we do. All right. So there are several resources, like I said, and a lot of this is being sponsored by Encompass and Beers Title. So Beers Title is not in California yet, but that doesn't mean their information isn't of value for you. So if there's a training that they hold, whatever they're sharing with you is probably also available here locally till they're officially in California.
Yeah.
But like I said, you know, Brad is here to work with you. We have that kind of obligation, honestly, since they are financing all of this training for everyone. So you're not paying for anything, but you're getting a benefit of the hive mind. We do want you to connect with Brad and help us grow because helping Brad helps you, and there's a lot of support there, both directions.
Yep. And one last thing to add too. I mean, if you're not getting emails, please make sure go into your settings on your email and make sure to add Fathom in there. Sometimes you might have to add Krista. There's different ways that sometimes everything goes into spam. So, Fathom is not the best on their IT for email. And so, but if you find yourself not getting certain things, then make sure and add those to the safe senders, and then that way you can start receiving stuff on a regular basis.
Yeah. Hey, Brad, I just got your email about this week's power sessions. 12:40. All right. So check your emails, friends. Make sure that you're getting his emails, my emails. If you're not, please text me.
Please forward that one out to everybody, will you?
Yeah, I
Krista?
will. I'll send it out to
Thank
the
you.
Team Sacramento. And again, this is the problem, right? If I send it out to Team Sacramento, it doesn't mean you're going to get it. So if you don't get emails on a weekly basis, at least not the More Money Monday emails or the Fathom Business Systems, I always also text you, right, through our Contact Your Agents group text that I have sent out. So you should have seen that today. If you're not getting text messages from me, please let me know. Just call me or you can text me.
Yeah. And same on that point too. If you don't see anything from me, don't think that, it's just because I don't like you. I love everybody and want to work with everybody and support you any way I can. So if you're not seeing something, please feel free to reach out. I'll double check, make sure it's added on my end. You can double check on your end. Like I said, unfortunately, and that's why we're bringing it up. Unfortunately, Fathom, they have some things in place that are to protect you guys, but also with those firewalls that they put in place, it makes our communication a little more challenged.
And honestly, it could be on your end as well. My husband's an IT guy, and my internet is locked down very tight. So it could be your side too. So just check your settings and then check their side as well.
Yep.
Okay, I think that's everything for today. Everyone that's been on the call.
April has a question.
Oh, April has a question. I'm sorry, I don't see her arm up.
That's okay. This is not a question. This is something to help anyone that's online. And I'll put the link in the chat. But it's Heather Hardwick presented a letter, First Assembly District presented a letter for immediate release on June 27th. As I said, I'll put the link in because it is for everyone that's been dealing with clients or properties in fires so that they can help the people that have, really taken the beating. Here it says the recently passed state budget includes a long overdue tax exemption for wildfire victim settlement payments for all fires from 2021 through 2030. So they're expecting more. But anyway, this is out of Sacramento. It has 3 bills that are highlighted in it that you can click and it'll open the bills immediately. And it gives some relief to our clients. So you can use this as a giveaway for folks to help promote yourself and promote, that you're the expert in the area to help them. So I'll do that right now. And then it'll be a big help for you.
Yeah, and April and Sarah Lynn are both in those burn scar areas, so they know all about this kind of stuff.
I'm in Grizzly Flat, so yeah, we lost
Grizzly Flat. Yeah, and April's up in Paradise. Yeah, so thank you for that. And I do know I saw just this weekend there's some stuff that the governor signed as far as CEQA and some easing of the building standards, because there's all of a sudden there's a housing shortage and they didn't know that until just now. So they're easing all of the building codes. They're making it easier for people to get their stuff through local and all the state requirements that they had put up to kind of help with environmental issues and such. All of a sudden it's not a problem. So check out those bills as well. Find out how those are going to be implemented in your area, because I feel like there's going to be a little bit of a boom there if people understand what's now being offered with the new policies. So check out those policies and see if that can maybe get you some business along with the insurance thing and all these other things that are starting to have some momentum with vacant lots, because they're starting to see that it's going to be, as you said, it's not just a one-time thing. It's going to be an ongoing issue. Okay, y'all. Thank you so much for joining us. And Do y'all give me permission to put you on my Google Drive as a referring agent? Can I just get a thumbs up? I'll take it. All right. Yes. Okay, cool. I will put you all on the drive. Thanks, Gina. And if you haven't connected with me, I don't know who Jay Bristol is, but shoot me a text message. I'd love to chat and meet with you. Yes, yes, yes. Thanks, guys. And if you're talking to agents who weren't able to be here today, could you please shoot them off a message as well and let them know we're putting together a referral Google Drive? That would be amazing. Yeah, there you go. I love it. Okay. Super good. All right. Have a good week. I appreciate you joining me. Thank you, Brad, for being on. And I hope I didn't steal your thunder.
No, not at all. No, it's
Okay.
all perfect precursor to it. So
Perfect.
yeah, happy to help.
All right. Very good. Thank you, everyone. Have a great week.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.